stop when the day.
Okay, let's take a look at this lap. So probably lap 2. You don't have quite the grip in lap 1 to make this work, but I mean, you're just going to go for both anyways, because that's just how road courses are. Run up doesn't mean too much. I guess here it means a little bit, but you know. So what I'm going to be going for here is just slightly, sorry, a little bit of a glitch there. So I get on the brake between the 5 and the 6. I recommend that you brake more towards the 6. It's pretty sketchy the closer you brake towards the 5, because what I do is a really weird braking technique that would make any road coach cry, I think. I go heavy braking, go down into third, and I just hold that third braking until I'm able to go into second, or sorry, until I'm able to get back on the gas and then go throttle there. The reason I do that is because with this ARCA car, this thing gets so unsettled on the downshifts that I just get better braking, in my opinion, if I just keep it in a higher gear. The low revs, it seems like the car is a lot more stable. So I just had more consistency and a little bit better speed, just not short shifting under braking in this corner. And then what you do there is I diamond the corner. So I want to go out, then back in. You can hug the corner. It's good, but it's just not quite as fast as diamonding because you can carry more speed when you diamond. So what I'm aiming for here is I'm really trying to get this second part of the curb when I hit it. I don't want to hit the first half of the curb because that means I'll have to wait too long on the throttle. See here how I get late on the curb, and that allows me to get a fairly straight exit. You see the speed that I carried. But you don't want to track all the way out to the left because you got to set up for this next corner right away. So I track only about halfway and then come immediately back all the way to the right. Okay. So from there, this corner is probably the hardest one in my opinion, maybe second hardest. So I set up not on the inside, not on the outside, but right in the middle, right in the Goldilocks zone in the middle. The reason I do that is because the outside I seem to lose too much time woeing it down to get my angle. Inside, you have to slow way too long to make it through this corner. But in the middle, what we can do is we can do a late apex, cut the corner a little bit, and again, you see this right-hander coming up to a straightaway. We need to stay as far left as possible because we are turning to the right almost immediately after this. So I actually probably was a little tiny bit late on apex, or sorry, early on apex here. And because of that, I had to dip my wheel into the curb or into the grass a little bit. Didn't get an off track. You can get a little tiny bit of that grass and not get an off track. But know that I really ideally want to be apexing like right here. The earlier that I do, the more I'm going to have to cut this corner in order to make it to where I can get off to the left. Even then, like, I want to be farther to the left than this. Like, this is a slight mistake. I didn't lose much time for it, but this is a slight mistake. I really want to be farther to the left than this because we do this weight shift where we get all the way back to the right. You have to basically have no time in between these corners. So left, cut, get to the left, weight shift right. Has to be a quick movement. You can't hesitate with that or else the weight isn't going to shift how you want it to. And then what's going to happen is you're just going to have to slow way more down for the corner. So left, weight shift. Get down that curb, get onto the outside. Early shift into third. This curb right here, there's a little dip that goes into it. If you take that in second at the high revs, you spin out. So early shift into third before this dip right here. Still going to get loose, but it's going to be more manageable. Then early braking here. You're going to be tempted to try to brake at the curb. No. It doesn't work. I brake before the curb. A little bit of a trail. We start out at about half. We can't go much higher because our wheel isn't exactly straight. We trail into the brake. We want to meet the curb as early as possible. Maybe not, I lied there. Maybe not as early as possible because you see how this curb starts out like really tight and then opens up. So we want to kind of meet the curb right about here. And that's hard to do if you're carrying too much speed. And you're going to get really loose a lot of the time. This car hates turning right. So we just ease it in, and then we're just trying to get back on this partial throttle up the hill. Okay, now this hill is going to be the craziest part of the lap because you need to align your car completely straight in the track and then also have your steering wheel completely straight. If you can do that, then you can pretty hard throttle through this hill. the more that you have your car aligned in a straight manner, the more throttle that you can put through there. You can go full throttle through there, but your car has to be 100% straight and your wheel has to be 100% straight. That is easier said than done after getting through that right-hander. So you can see that I pedaled it a bit through there. All right, this corner here, start out heavy braking, 60 to 70. You can probably hit 80 if you set up well, but it's a little bumpy, so you probably might get a lockup. Trail it down, meet this curb about halfway through. You can't really late apex this. You don't really want to late apex either because you actually woe down the car enough to where you can just gas out of it and be pretty comfortable. I might have been even a little bit late on the gas here. Oops, sorry, I went too far back. So you can see maybe a little bit early of a turn in here. This was probably my most insecure corner, but you can carry the speed. Once you make that corner, you can just carry the speed in third out of it. It's deceptively a lot of room. And then last corner, this is going to be deceptively hard too, because we can't turn the car on this downhill. It's just not going to work how we think it's going to work. So what we do instead is we have to wait until the moment our car lands, then trail brake and turn. Now you have to time this perfectly or else you're going to miss that inside. I missed it slightly, but it's more important to get the shape of the corner than it is to get all the way down there. And you can get down there really easily by turning before the hill is over, but you're just going to have to overslow the car to make it. So we carry the speed, car's hanging out a little bit, and then just bring it up to the curb. So you really want to turn for that corner as early as when you land on that hill. That's a good marker and it's very consistent. In terms of long run, just do whatever you can to keep your right rear and your left rear tires under you. They're really going to want to slide in the slow corners when you're in a low gear, and the fast right-hander if you carry too much speed into it, in turn 1 and 2 if you ask too much out of the car with the diamond. There is opportunity after opportunity of blowing up your right rear, and you just got to be disciplined. But other than that, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope to see you all on the track.